One of the things, I study conflict theory on global warfare and all of that. And my writing is much better than my speaking ability. But, so one of the things that RAND is doing right now is they're promoting community policing. And one of the troubles about...
You mean the game theory RAND Corporation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And one of the difficulties of, sort of framing the enemy is that it's such a chaotic mess. How they come in, how they stay in, all of that. I'm getting somewhere, Tom.
I don't remember my question.
Okay. So one of the things I was thinking about is that sure, we have to think about, we can't dispatch military on a local level because Fort Hood isn't going to get people down here quick enough. Well, who's going to be the first responders? It's going to be PPD. So I think about layers of personnel that have different degrees of contact, kind of like your gang people, the CERT people, and then you have the SROs in the school, and then you have the community. Well, why not sort of, we're thinking about combat, this is going really flat, really fast, but I think, we should hire police officers that have had X amount of community service hours. Police officers who have served on the NCAAP, or police officers who have served 100 hours on a particular nonprofit board that has to do with the prison industrial complex, or police officers that are actively engaged to some degree about some component of the criminal justice system. So that way, in my view, they gain or grow a greater capacity to broaden their perspective when they meet people on the street, whether it's whomever it is and however it is. What do you guys think?
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's a great idea. I'd want to see it happen at a different part. I'd want to see it after they became officers.
That should also be included.
There are companies that give release time for that kind of service. It's built into the place. The point I wanted to make is that veterans' preference is not just the purview of the Portland Police Bureau. It's like a universal.
Yeah.
And so when you want to if you want to look at that, I think you have to be politically very aware of the fact that there's two sides to that. We have people who went off to war because our government sent them off to war, and they want to be employed, and they should be employed, and we should be supporting them. So the question gets to be how we look at that, and I think that's something for experts to do.
For example, medics might be needed by us if they're available. But all of my comments are predicated that we actually do what Rochelle said, is get a training project that really can train people. If we can't train people, then we're all cooked anyway.
Cooked.
1 minute.
Quick question. Hate bias screening, and even if they get through the hate bias loyalty oath signature, so excuse me, I'm so sorry. Help yourself. So hate bias, as in previous history of racism, joining a Nazi party, wearing swastikas on mountaintops while you worship Nazi generals, that sort of thing. And then the other thing is drug testing and alcoholism, DUI history. I mean, I think people need to start getting honest. Maybe we all tried something sometime, but honesty is the best policy. And if we're going to start your application with a lie, we're not really in business. And I think we've got some officers not methed up a bit when they're doing their use of force, and absolutely drug test after use of force.
Including steroids.
Steroids.
Well,
I think you need to know something before you are saying what you've done. They're already doing drug testing. So they do it before a person is hired, and they do random drug testing, just like any other company does it.
I don't think steroids is on that list of what
Yeah,
you take for
not steroids.
Right.
And some of those guys are kind of big.
They need to.
Yeah.
I think they should have lie detector tests.
I'm sorry, I should have raised my hand.
We'll get you.
Okay.